Nailed it. I don't think you get the appreciation you deserve for your intros. I rewatched the one I was on. I guess it was 2 weeks ago. I was like, I totally missed the look you gave. I was like, I was too busy looking for Max for his cue. And I was like, oh wait, Mike did a thing. That's didn't acknowledge it at all. I'm sorry.
I'm a stinker.
Mike is the unsung hero. He is the Easter egg.
That's right.
Stop.
How's it going? How's it going, fellas?
It is going well. This is the Three Geeks, by the way. Three Geeks Podcast.
Three Geeks Podcast.
Yeah. Welcome.
For the audio listeners.
Episode, God knows.
Yeah. 1,000. We're close to 1,000 videos made. I don't know if we
1,000 videos. Yeah. Hey, whatever, man. Milestones. Listen. Let's get there.
Let's just count everything.
Hell yeah. Every little bit helps.
Welcome. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing all right.
Good.
All right. I've been watching Shogun.
I love Shogun.
Yeah, I was going to catch up on that now that all episodes are out. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know like how many episodes have been out. I didn't know if they were still going with this season. But
I think I'm on episode 7. But
I'm on episode like 3 or 4.
I think all of them are out. Yeah.
So you haven't watched at all, Mike? Okay. All right. I'm not gonna spoil it. It's good. It is good. And it gets pretty visceral. But like the thing that hooked me was my parents were like, "Hey, like we're watching this show, Shogun. Have you seen it?" And then I think I assumed I'd been watching it because it's right.
I'd assume that too.
Yeah, no, it's 100% up my alley. And I was like, no. So my mom was like, oh man, they made this dude commit seppuku and kill his whole family line.
Yeah,
like not just him. He took the baby with him.
Yeah,
and I was like, I didn't even know they did that. I was like, what?
It's feudal Japan didn't fuck around. Yeah,
nah, dude,
at all.
Zero play in that. Like, oh my god, it's good. It's really really good. So, but yeah, Mike, I suggest you hop on that train. I'm enjoying the ride. Justin is apparently enjoying the ride as well. They awesome.
Almost lost me in the first episode when they. This isn't a spoiler. They threw a dude in a pot of boiling water, and I'm like,
yeah.
If they do this a lot, I can't be a part of it. Like, I can't watch that.
That's fair. But
yeah.
I don't. Like, I'm not hating on you for wanting to dip out at the horrible human torture. Because
I mean, you watch Game of Thrones, though, right?
That's true, and honestly, it was visceral with that too. But this felt worse to me, and maybe
because this is real.
Yeah, or recency bias. It could just be that I don't remember how dark Game of Thrones got. But
this is rooted in actual historical events, probably. Yeah. So people did that shit. Yeah,
it was. Yeah, but it was wild. I would encourage everyone to watch it. Don't watch it around your kids. That's what I tell everybody.
I mean, if you're one of those parents, just the kid's 8 or something, and you're just like, hey, let's sit down and learn something about history. Good on you. I hope you can afford the therapy later.
I've been listening to some YouTube videos around the Cassandra Nova X-Men run because I'm pretty sure that's pretty adjacent with X-Men 97 in terms of the storyline, so that's pretty fun.
I've not watched the most recent episode of that.
You should. It's a good time.
I'm not going to say anything.
I'm sorry. I'm such a terrible nerd. I feel like this is episode 5 all over again. I should have watched it. I should have been on point. And but no, I mean, as long as it's good, I'm glad to hear it. Let's
I liked it.
Train rolling too.
Episode 5 was such a kick in the teeth. I'm not sure we're gonna get that again, but I don't know.
How could you? Yeah. You know, how could I was surprised. I don't. How many episodes are they doing in this season?
10, and it's 10, and the next 3 episodes are all a 3-parter.
Okay, and that'll be the finale, right? Okay, yeah. So, all right.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this week's episode quite a bit. I'm not gonna say much.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be wrong, Justin, to think of that's where it's going, but also like what they like to do is they take elements of some different storylines and kind of work them together.
For sure.
So it goes in a way that I'm kind of like, okay, well, it makes sense because what they're lifting from heavily at this point in the run is very much a 90s X-Men arc of some kind. So, but they threw in, elements of later stuff from like Grant Morrison and things like that. So,
yeah, because I was just trying to do some research. Like, I wonder what if they did pull from the comic books, which I assume they did.
Yeah.
Kind of curious where they delved into it from. But
the Genosha stuff is 100% like from the comics, or at least the idea of like the mutant homeland is gonna be threatened or like pillaged.
Right. Yeah. So. Genosha's in trouble. Yeah.
Yep. I watched this morning City Hunter, the adaptation of a manga that Netflix recently did.
City Hunter.
That's what I was going to ask you about. Yeah.
Yes.
Because apparently it was a manga, and then in the 90s, it was actually like a Hong Kong film starring Jackie Chan. And then they actually had like Chinese and Korean TV adaptations of it. And then they had this most recent adaptation, which is Japanese. And it was pretty wild. The main character is like a mix of, he's a hard-boiled detective, but also like a Chippendales dancer, and also like a woman. I mean, he's a horny dude, but he's got like deadly serious moments where he's like gristle detective, then he becomes like Deadpoolish, not like meta aware, but light and kind of just again like horny. And it was pretty wild. The action sequences are really good, not on par with John Wick stuff, but definitely up there, I felt. And yeah, it got me invested, and I was just like, I know next to nothing about this, so I was invested.
What was the name of it?
City Hunter.
City Hunter.
Yeah, and that's live action, or is it anime?
It's a live action.
Okay, all right.
But there are anime series based on it.
Yeah,
I think.
Of this old house.
And then to follow that up, I finally watched that Bob Ross documentary from a couple years back, and
that gets sad, right?
That was this makes you love Bob Ross more, but then hate like octogenarians and non-octogenarians at this point. Like those people that run the Bob Ross whatever company. Like
if you buy Bob Ross stuff, you're not supporting Bob Ross anymore.
Yeah.
Or like you're not
his family and more
family or anything.
Yeah, his family doesn't see any of the profits, so that's ultimate
awful. Bummer. Like that I was enlightened on a lot of stuff, and it sucks that like he he was just trying to do a good thing to make people feel good, and it just got taken like on this whole other taken to this whole other place that he like didn't he would have never taken it to. And so I mean, don't buy anything Bob Ross brand. I think his son is still doing like classes and stuff like that.
His son and his like friend are still doing like their own version of the class and things like that, which
there's things you can do that are Bob, like actually Bob Ross adjacent or whatever, but
frankly those classes that his son endorses or that his son teaches and his friend teaches, probably a hell of a lot of a safer space than the actual Bob Ross classes that they were doing. Where it was like that blew my mind. You see that email correspondence, like I lived under communist like occupation and was in Vietnam and was in prison for 3 years, and the Bob Ross classes where people snitched on each other for using other brands was worse.
Oh wow.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah, no good. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yes.
Oh no. That's just I was just like, it's just wild. It's so wild.
Have you guys seen any of the Rebel Moon stuff? I tortured myself through it.
Yep.
Mike watched it last week. I
watched it last week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't here last week. Yeah,
right.
I watched it while I was on a plane, and because I was in a confined space, I was like, I went whatever. But it's bad. It's bad.
I've watched a few movies on the plane, and like, there's only one that I've found where I was like, man, I wish I would have watched this
in the
like
theater.
in the theater, or even like on my TV versus like the little tiny plain screen.
Sure,
But I saw oh god, Uncharted.
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
On the plane, I was like, okay, this is the right space for this. I actually, you know what though? Movies I've watched on the plane, I've watched because I watched Pig and I watched Violent Night on the plane.
Both good.
Those are great movies. Like,
Yeah.
and I was just like, oh, that makes me sad that I didn't. I mean, but Pig is sort of more low key. So
yeah, it's quieter.
Yeah, like that's not. I don't feel too bad about that. But Violent Night, I definitely should have seen in theaters. But yeah, freaking, I am like, I feel like that is the perfect medium for that. The plane ride is the perfect space to watch Rebel Moon.
I mean, when it's built for the streaming service, which, again, they're trying. Jason mentioned it last week. They're trying to capitalize on the whole, well, he did the Snyder Cut thing, so he can do his own cut of this movie, which it's like, no.
This should have been his cut.
This should have been his cut. He's got a streaming service where he can go however long he wants. It's like.
And it's like, no, the reason that there's a Snyder Cut was like he had this whole tragedy stuff happen.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff got in the way of him finishing and editing his movie.
Yep.
But there's none of that now.
As far as I know, he's not working through some kind of closure with Rebel Moon.
Right.
It's just something he wants to do for some reason.
Yeah.
And the end of that movie makes me think he wants to make another one.
Oh yeah, they're going to be. He wants to make four more.
I didn't know that.
He wants to make 4 more.
He wants to make 4 more, but each of them are going to be like their own separate movie. So it's going to be a part 1 and part 2 of part 2, and a part 1 and part 2 of part 3.
Have they already greenlighted it? Even though
no, he's writing them.
Yeah.
He's writing them. He's going to be like, people are going to want to see the next 4 parts.
I'm okay not.
When your most compelling character is the Anthony Hopkins CGI robot with antlers.
That was it, right? It was just character development. I did not. The plot was fine. The visuals were cool. None of the characters were compelling.
I can't tell you any of their names.
Yeah.
Here's all I remember from it is Carrie Elwes is in it for a little bit with a ridiculous beard. The Anthony Hopkins CGI robot is the best character, and he's in like 5 minutes of it total. And what's his name from Deadpool? Has like a weird bowl cut. Ajax.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And he plays a Nazi. And guess what? That same year, he did another Netflix thing where he plays the exact same Nazi.
I gotta make you take advantage of this haircut.
Hey, guy.
Yeah, he wandered from one set to the next. I firmly believe that. Just like, okay, Rebel Moon shoot for the day is done. Over to this
Nazi quota of the year.
And like he shows up to the wrong set one day. And it's like, dude, you're not supposed to be here until tomorrow.
Stranger Things 5. Oh. He's the mind flayer.
Awesome.
Or whatever the guy's name is, I don't remember.
Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome.
So I came across this, and it kind of ties in a little bit to what you're talking about, Max. Just a quick question to you guys. I saw this post earlier on where someone was saying like their most memorable theater going experience was, Avengers Endgame. And I got me thinking like, okay, well, that's what that person conflates as being a great theater going experience. But what would be your own personal ideal theater going experience? I know what mine kind of is, where it isn't like you're cheering every other second of the movie, because that gets annoying, but like something a little bit like Sixth Sense. The first time I saw that, and when that shoe drops in the Sixth Sense, and it's like, here's what happened. Everyone in the audience collectively was like, oh shit. Like just that hush. So that's what I thought of, but I was curious if you could think on the fly what your theater going experiences were your favorites.
I don't know. I'll let Max think. I think I have mine.
Okay,
yeah. I think an engaged audience, a full theater with folks just as like involved. Like, and I'll give you a couple of examples. One, the Room. If you guys remember that terrible movie and I did not hit her. I did not. They were road showing it to colleges, and like he came to Indiana, which is where I went to school, and in the Union we did like a screening with the director and the 2 main actors, and it was a whole experience. We were throwing spoons, we were screaming at the screen, like it was a whole party. Like it was a good time.
It's built for the jeering at that point.
Yeah. And he was there living it. Like he was in the crowd, like just doing it with us. All right, we paying the bills.
I think I just broke my chair.
Oh no. Not a good theater experience.
Yeah, that would have been a terrible theater.
Oh my god! Oh no, that's dope. That is super cool. It's weird though, because like, as far as like theater experience, one of the greatest theater experiences I've ever had was watching the Warcraft movie. Because we got to see the screener for free, and we're in the theater, and it was me and Dan and and some other people from the podcast, and actually one of the artists that did ended up sitting next to the artist that did the Ninja Turtles up here.
Okay.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
And so it was really cool because I've just seen him at a bunch of conventions. He's a local Ohio guy, and we run into each other all the time. I really dig his art. And then he was there, so that was cool. And then we were just dogging this fucking movie the whole time.
That's fun. Yeah.
It was awful. And we were everyone's just talking shit about it and just having a good time. And we're like, this is ridiculous. I think that was mostly just because also I didn't pay, I got a free ticket to that. So that was great. That's a really fun time. It's good to watch a bad movie with friends and be able to dog it.
You can get up, get popcorn. You don't have to worry about the next scene.
But then also, one time, my wife for Valentine's Day rented out a theater and we watched The Big Lebowski.
Ooh, that's a good move.
It was just us and another couple of friends of ours that went, and that was just the coolest thing. Just watching a movie that I absolutely love, and with the people who I want to be around when I'm watching a movie that I love, and it was super cool. So it really depends. There's a lot of good theater experiences to be had.
Sure. Well, I mentioned too my Jurassic Park 3D screening where no one was going to go see Jurassic Park 3D except for me, probably on a Sunday afternoon. So it's just me smack dab in the middle of the theater with my 3D glasses, just being immersed in the film. That was nirvana for me. So I guess it's when we're able to make fun of the movie, when we're in a handful of people, or when it's just me.
I used to go to the theater by myself all the time.
I love it. I love going to the theater by myself.
Oh, dude, an empty theater all to yourself. I'll move seats. I was you know what? I'm gonna go over there. There's all kinds of different. I don't know which one's best, but I definitely love the theater because it gives you the opportunity.
I think each have its place. I think there's nothing better than a horror movie in a movie theater too, or because if you have a group of people that are just scared out of their mind, it's just you can feel it.
Yeah,
that reminds me actually. When I was in college. Because there was a smaller theater up the hill in the town area down from the campus. And so the Saturday night previous, we'd all been out partying and stuff and drinking, and I woke up Sunday morning with a huge hangover, and my buddy Josh was like, hey, we still got tickets to go see See No Evil, the Kane slasher movie.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh yeah, right. So it's me, him, and a couple of other people. We go up there. I'm still hungover, so I'm nursing it with a coffee and stuff in the theater with sunglasses on, just slouching, and we're all just quiet as hell as this really bad WWF sponsored slasher film is playing with Kane as the lead.
Awesome. Yeah.
I'm just this is actually pretty good. I was in nirvana there too.
You mentioned Jurassic Park. The first Jurassic Park movie, when it came out, my parents took me and my little brother to see it. And my brother was sitting in my mom's lap for some of the movie, right? But this is right when the T-Rex emerges, And she is holding on to him so tight.
Oh no.
She's choking him, because she's so scared. And so my brother almost didn't make it through Jurassic Park.
What took you out? Well, a T-Rex on a TV screen.
Meanwhile, if it had just been him, he would have been oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would have been a whole different
Does he hate the Jurassic Park series?
No, he still loves the testament to how good Jurassic Park is.
Because he was murdered, man.
Yeah, work through strangulation.
Today's topic: asphyxiation.
Yeah, so again, it's great. I mean, that guy is an asshole, and I wish my mom would have choked him to death, and that would have been hilarious. But it's whatever.
Brotherly love.
You should have saved this for the Mother's Day episode. Man. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Wish you would have choked him a little harder.
All you had to do was get in there.
Squeeze just a little bit more.
You should record a video of her explaining her thought process and then just post it.
Oh my goodness. No, it was
I was so tired of him crying.
It was such a great experience. We almost got there,
Jesus,
man. This is getting very much
I know, I'm like, Jesus.
No, I love my brother very much.
Sure. Yeah, you say that now.
Yeah, now that you said that for the alibi, sure.
That's right.
I was just on the phone with him, like right before this podcast. I was just on the phone with him. It's all good. It's all good. I was hanging out with you guys.
Whatever you say, man.
To 11 p.m. Just let's all get it straight, okay? Just let them know I was hanging out with you guys.
You were hanging out simultaneously in Ohio and New Jersey.
Yes,
that's right.
Yes.
So, not to tangent us, but did you guys see that? I listened to a lot of murder mystery, solved murder case YouTube videos, and this one guy was telling a story about how a streamer killed his girlfriend, and his alibi was a pre-recorded stream that he was playing a video. Have you guys seen that guy?
I heard about this story. This was a while back too, like last year.
Yeah, it's not recent. Yeah, it's not recent.
He had a pre-recorded stream, but they were able to detect nope. Yeah, because around this time, this is what you were actually doing.
They have CCTV recordings of him walking while his stream was going. It's like, well, dumbass, enjoy prison.
Maybe wear a hat, bro. Even some sunglasses. You're gonna do a Clark Kent here. Get regular glasses.
And since you're a streamer, don't wear your own branded hat type thing, because that's a dead giveaway.
That'd be so funny.
That would have been fun if he had his own Twitch streamer logo on the
sweatshirt, the whole deal.
Oh my god!
Because he can't go without his swag. Speaking of murderers, the Jinx Part 2 also is out now, and being a true crime person, he's that guy Durst who.
Oh yeah.
For the first series, they were interviewing him because he was suspected of murdering all these people at all the places he moved to, including his his wife has been missing for years and years on end and things like that, and they caught him because he had his lapel mic still on in the bathroom, and apparently he was just of course I killed them all, and things like that. And so he's in jail now, apparently, because they found enough evidence.
Yeah.
But now they're doing part 2 to do follow up. That's kind of
sweet.
You know what I want a part 2 of? Tiger King. I want to see where that guy's.
They did a part 2.
Yeah, they did.
But the part 2 was just the leftover stuff from the part 1, wasn't it? Wasn't not.
I thought they did more stuff with it, but maybe
I didn't know if they were in jail with him or whatever. I need the Tiger King where they would get the access to him.
I mean, that's the thing with these
Prison King.
Yes.
Yeah, Prison King. Well, no, he's not king in prison, I'm guessing. That's the thing with these true crime. We're gonna follow up with a part 2. It's part 2 is gonna be kind of not as interesting as the first part because your main subject is most likely incarcerated and or dead. So
right.
The mystery has been solved.
It's it's been solved, and now you just want to kind of milk it for all it's worth. And that's what I kind of felt watching part 2, the first episode of part 2. I'm okay, we're just going to get into the actual trial of it now, which isn't as interesting as the investigation behind it. But
right.
Sure. Yeah, makes total sense. Anything else you guys been watching?
OJ, actually. I'm watching the freaking OJ 30 for 30.
I wanted to watch.
Oh.
Yeah, was it good?
It is really good. They do spend a lot of time talking about just everything going on around, because LA obviously is. I mean, it was popping out, Rodney King had just happened,
a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Things. So they're talking about just a lot of that, and then because like they also make it a very big point to talk about how OJ was never like, I'm a black dude. He's like, I'm just OJ, which I I fully respect. Like, it kind of sucks for you.
Yeah, he's the Jew.
Being given the platform that he had. It sucks that you didn't stand up for people, that were that you could have at least said something about. But also, you're not wrong. He's not wrong. Like he's just a guy, and he doesn't want to deal with it. He shouldn't have to, because just because he was born looking a certain way, if he doesn't have to deal with it, he shouldn't have to. And I can, it sucks because you were in the time and the space, but also. I don't disagree. So like, there's a lot of interesting like background stuff that they talk about. But like, my wife was kind of like, when are they going to get to the OJ part of this? Like, it is a lot of the episodes where they're talking about. Well, there's a lot of stuff to unpack, but it's
sure.
I mean,
it's probably
it's good.
Might spoil
very,
about
very
filler
good.
work, but that's good. I'm gonna watch it.
The case was really messy too, like you said, with all the socio-political stuff going on in the '90s in LA.
Yes.
A lot of it involved, but also too, like,
I know the Ford Bronco is back now, but did that case kill the Ford Bronco? I forget.
Sales killed the Ford Bronco.
Sales, yeah.
But that case might have been a nail in the coffin.
However, that Ford Bronco is probably worth a shit ton right now.
Oh God. God.
Like, I don't know who's got it's. I don't know if it's in like some kind of repository or museum or something like that in the moment, because there are like crime museums that have vehicles.
Oh yeah, I think that thing sold for like $2 or something million. Like, it's a very iconic vehicle. But the OJ, it's good. It's just like longer than I thought, but like, I appreciate all the depth.
Sure. That's awesome. Am I watching anything else? Not that I can think of. I'm caught up on X-Men. It's been great. What'd you say, Mike?
Oh no, yeah, X-Men, sure.
I did start another anime, Mob Psycho. It's older, but
I think I've heard that before.
Yeah, it's the animation's a little different. It's not like very crisp. It's kind of a very loose animation, which I am digging. So yeah, it's just like another show, but it's pretty well done, and I like that the art isn't just like typical anime art.
Sure. Cool. Do we want to talk soundtracks?
Yeah, let's talk about something that we like. Let's just make this hard left.
Speaking of,
the Ford Bronco had CD player.
Yeah,
it had a tape deck.
And you know what though? The funniest thing is I came up with this topic with Jason in mind.
Yeah.
Because like he's always been, the dude that's like had his finger on the music of things. And I just think it's hilarious that he missed this episode.
Yeah, well.
Yep.
Womp womp.
Tough stuff.
Womp womp.
But let's get to this list that I did write.
You can always do a short later.
That's true. That is also true.
Mm-hmm.
Go check out the shorts. They're doing really well, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Still doing well, yeah.
Cool.
Still doing well. Nailed it. I can go first if you're still writing stuff down or whatever.
No. My list has been done for weeks. Listen,
you can lie to us, but let's not lie to our audience.
The audience knows that I'm notebook and pen guy. This list has been made. I'm just working on a list for a future episode.
Next time.
Yeah, the future list.
But,
Days of future past.
But yeah, I'll kick it off. My number 5 is going to Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. And like we asked the question about scores or like soundtracks before the podcast started, but I was just like, nah, man, the music, like whatever you want to call it. Like, Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, Duel of the Fates, let's go. Like even
Excellent.
just for the one song. Obviously, anything like John Williams scored is going to be pretty good.
We did Duel of the Fates in my band class. It was by far I was a trumpet player. It was by far my favorite thing to play. Yeah. It was so fun because we're just hammering it. Just
Yeah.
that's what I want.
Oh, did you collab with your orchestra?
But we didn't have one. I came from a very small country high school. I was the single trumpet.
Choir then? Choir.
We should have. That'd have been sweet.
Yeah.
They didn't think about it, but they should have. That'd have been cool.
That would have been super dope. Yeah, friggin' come on. It doesn't get much more badass. Star Wars music was always good and iconic, but that song.
Mm-hmm. So good.
And then after that song, it's got all of the other Star Wars stuff that you love. It's
yeah.
So
100%.
Star Wars Phantom Menace, my number 5.
Cool. Mike, what you got?
For my number 5, I'll go with the Batman Forever soundtrack because mine is just gonna be a mixture. That I'm making this up on the spot. A mixture of songs chosen for movies and actual scores. Batman Forever soundtrack with U2's "Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me," I believe.
Yep.
The Offspring's on there.
Yep.
Seal. Well, I'll get to Seal. The Flaming Lips.
The Flaming Lips.
Smash. No, I think Smashing.
Those
I think that was on Batman and Robin. I'm really sad that I know that. And yeah, I decided not to go with Batman straight up because that's just. I mean, yeah, I like all the Prince stuff off of there, but nothing's as memorable to me as Seal, "Kiss from a Rose."
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
There was a whole movement behind that song.
Yeah. I distinctly remember a making of Batman Forever TV special that I watched when I was a kid and that movie was coming out, and they had the music video for Seal's "Kiss from a Rose" playing over top Nicole Kidman, basically saying yeah, it's really awkward to kiss Val in the rubber suit. Nothing screams romance more than Nicole Kidman being it's really awkward to kiss a superhero who can't move because he's in a rubber suit.
Yeah. Can't move his neck.
And she,
leaning a little more. Okay.
Turn your head. I can't turn my head without turning my whole body.
You turn your head.
That's the real reason
He's just moving his torso. That's the best I got.
That's why in The Dark Knight, when Lucius Fox is you want to be able to turn your head.
Yeah.
It's it wasn't for crime fighting. It was because I got to go in like this.
Yeah. Hey, we don't hire these
Catwoman
women play these roles for nothing. Okay, they need kissed.
That's true.
Yeah.
My number 5 is I went video games for the first couple ones of these, but Doom, the 2016 kicked me in the teeth. I loved the music in Doom, so much fun. It fit so well. You're just murdering demons for a long time, and it was just guitars and just heavy the whole time. It was such a good time.
Nice.
I loved it. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
We got Max.
I've never actually played any of the Dooms, so
I think you would like it because it's just an adrenaline rush the whole time of just kicking people's teeth in.
All right. I might give it a shot. My number 4 is and we were talking about this dude, Sucker Punch.
Oh, good. Sweet.
Sneaky, great soundtrack. And I'm not talking about the score, I'm talking about the soundtrack. It's got freaking Yoko Ono. Okay, they've got a White Rabbit cover that is pretty solid. It's good. If you have not watched Sucker Punch and enjoyed the movie, the song "Army of One" is probably my favorite off of there. But is that the Yoko Ono song? Not Yoko Ono.
Can't remember.
Am I thinking? It might not be Yoko. Anyway, freaking Sucker Punch album, solid
Nice.
freaking album. My number 4.
Solid. It's solid. We can make.
Number 4 for me is the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles soundtrack. Not Secret of the Ooze with Ninja Rap. I can't stand that song, honestly. No, the 1990 soundtrack has, I don't know, my favorites from there. It's got Partners in Crime with Turtle Power, Turtle Power, where they do the egregious sin of calling Raphael the leader of the group.
Yeah.
Fuck that. But I love it. And there's some MC Hammer on there as well. And Kid Play, I believe, is on there. And just these one-hit 90s wonders all over that soundtrack that I kind of like, unironically.
No, that's yes. What a solid pull. I'm thoroughly enjoying all of your picks.
What stands out to me always in my memory? Remember when Casey Jones breaks into the Foot headquarters and disguises himself as a foot soldier?
Mm-hmm.
There's a song called "Spin That Wheel" playing in the background. It's like "Spin that wheel, boom, 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 spin that wheel." I'm like, I love that shit.
All right. It's not Yoko Ono, it's Bjork. That's who I meant to say.
Oh,
Bjork.
yeah.
Makes more sense.
That does way more. I think my number 4, Halo 2 soundtrack. Really all of Halo, because they're kind of mushed together, but like Halo 2 was really memorable with me because I was like multiplayer and like the quintessential time of my childhood of just going to somebody's house and playing split screen and getting killed a lot. But
I do the iconic like just opening chant like immediately, like I'm like, memories.
Yeah, just floods back.
Brings me back to the old, not LAN parties, but like where we'd have like 4 different Xboxes set up in 4 different rooms for people to do like
100%. My basement at my parents' house used to have 8 people there, and they'd all bring their own TVs, and they'd sit them on the floor, and it would just be a shine of light coming from.
My son has like 4 friends who do that, and I'm like, I'm just so proud of you. You know, like
it's so much fun. The memories you make doing that, so good. I still give my buddy Lander grief about like he refuses to take ownership that while we were playing Halo, he knocked over his drink and stained my parents' carpet. He still refuses to take ownership of that.
I mean,
20 years later, I'm like, bro, you definitely like. We were there. I was there. I watched you do it.
Is it that, or you just have trouble letting go, man?
That's true. It's true. It's true. It's true.
No, I mean, can you prove that he did it?
No, it's just very like I'm 98% sure.
I mean, hey, you know, but
if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. Go back to OJ. I get
Even if he actually did it, you can't put him on the hook for it.
You're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right. I can't argue that. Either way, we all know you did it, Lander.
Yeah.
No comment.
All right.
Does anyone know this reference? I don't know who Sue is, unless you're talking about Jason, in which case he is hopefully on a date having a great time.
I don't know.
No.
Unless that's Sue from Deliverance.
Maybe. That'd be fun.
Yeah, hey. No,
either way, next we got
number 3, Pulp Fiction.
Ooh, good call. Good pull. Good pull.
Yeah, I mean, classics, like 70s, but also what I love in a good soundtrack is the little bits of dialogue that they throw in. It's just great. So, yeah, Pulp Fiction.
No, that's a great. What was the one?
Solid pull.
Preacher Man. That's my favorite off of there. Just the compare and contrast of like this. Well, the song itself isn't really that happy of a song,
right.
But just the sound of it comparing against like her.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I agree with you, Pooch.
Yeah.
Just say no or rough to drugs.
You guys remember, like, it was Scruff McGruff? Do you guys remember the Crime Stopping dog?
Yes, I remember.
Oh, yeah. Rough. Oh, infinitely. Yeah. It was prime childhood fodder for, like, don't do it.
That and the DARE program and Louie the Lightning Bug. I remember all that crap.
Right?
All right. What do you remember as your 3rd best album soundtrack?
The Twister soundtrack.
Twister? Okay.
Look, it was a formative time, and I was discovering bands for the first time, so the Twister soundtrack was my formal intro. Even though my dad would play all the songs from these groups in the background, like I didn't really pay him much attention until I heard Van Halen, the Goo Goo Dolls, Tori Amos, a lot of like formative performers and groups off of that soundtrack.
That's fair. That's fair.
It had a kick in tunes.
I definitely did not expect you to say Twister. Like, that has got to be one of the last movies on the list that I expected anyone to bring up about the soundtrack. That's great. That's awesome.
Everyone swoons over Goo Goo Dolls' Iris, but for me it was Long Way Down was my favorite Goo Goo Dolls song.
I thought Iris was in that Angel movie with Nicolas Cage.
That's from City of Angels, I believe, yeah. But
okay. All right, yeah, they played again in Twister or something. Whatever. That's fine.
Yeah. So I think my number 3 is "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" Because that one song was so good to listen to that it kind of just.
I am a man, constant sorrow.
I'm ashamed that I wish I could say that I didn't put "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" on my list because I knew that somebody would. I wish I could even say that. That is such a good album.
Yeah.
I am sorry, "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" soundtrack that I didn't mention you. Oh my God,
I'm sorry
I love
too.
that album.
I really like that album quite a lot too. I would listen to that on repeat as well.
It's so good. That got me into bluegrass music.
Yeah.
It's so good. The freaking "In the Jailhouse Now" when there's so many good songs.
The Sirens song is really catchy too. I love their harmonies.
But then even like old dude, the black dude or Tommy, he lit out.
Yeah.
That song that he sings, so good. The song where they're doing the work.
I remember that too.
I'm sorry, I'm geeking out. I cannot believe I didn't think about that album. Oh my God!
I thought it was such an easy pull that I was like, man, I should put it 3 and have Max yell at me that it should be higher.
Oh God! I mean, like it should be all our number ones. That's like I'm ashamed, but you even thought of it.
I'm ashamed too. Yeah.
I am gonna put myself in timeout. I'm gonna go stand in that freaking corner over there because like that should have been on my list. That's such a great soundtrack. You are absolutely correct. Oh my God! Fucking so good.
Awesome. Cool. What's your number 3, Max?
My number 2.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
All good.
Counting down. Not my strong suit.
Space Jam.
Oh.
The Space Jam soundtrack is
Welcome to the jam.
Low-key banger. And I'm not talking about the Space Jam song. That stupid ass Space Jam. Everybody get up. It's time to Space Jam. That song sucks. Listen to the rest of the soundtrack. Freaking Bugs Bunny raps on that soundtrack. Freaking you have what Hit 'Em High.
Hit 'Em High, yeah.
I listen to that song to this day. Like I played that song at work just the other day. Freaking Hit 'Em High, LL Cool J, Busta Rhymes, freaking Coolio, and
well, and "Fly Like an Eagle." I don't know if you guys were like that, but like
by
on my
Seal
was
Seal's version of "Fly Like an Eagle."
Yep.
And we would we were remixing that song for forever on the school bus. We were just trying to like fit words in. I forget what we actually did with it.
The Space Jam song and Seal's "Fly Like an Eagle" are the two songs that like were anthemed like when Space Jam came out, and those are the ones I like the least on the whole album.
Sure,
Basketball Jones, is on there.
Yeah.
Chris Rock doing Basketball Jones.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Hilarious. All right. Oh no, so it's just a great album.
What, Max? No love for that one song by that one artist who we probably shouldn't be talking about anymore.
His eyes changed. His eyes changed when you said that.
Do you believe we can fly anymore, Max?
No, we don't. I believe I can ride the bus. I believe I'm gonna rent a car and drive myself. Okay.
It hurts. We'll pick
There's
perfect response.
No, we're good. We're so good. We don't know. I don't believe I can.
We are so good. We are so good.
I don't believe I can fly.
in a vacuum, that
and I'm
sounds
okay
so
with
sad.
it. No, but I'm totally okay with it. Yeah, clip that. Like this and like end it. Like,
There's the short right there.
Yeah.
We found it, folks.
We found it.
An hour of finding it.
Friggin' it's a bad feel. It's a bad feel,
it's a bad
right?
Feel. Yeah.
Because
it is a catchy melody, unfortunately.
Oh, and you know what? Like, and that song doesn't necessarily make me think of that stuff. But like, there are songs that I can listen to from that artist who, I'm just like, oh god, like,
the writing was on the wall.
Yeah, he was telling everybody.
It was right here. It was right here the whole time.
Yeah.
So like there's that, but like I don't get those vibes from that song, but I still don't.
don't fuck with that.
What's your number 2, Mike?
My number 2, and here's where I'm gonna incorporate the score stuff. It's actually a tie because I couldn't decide which one, and I realized I had a number 1 that trumps them all. My number 2 is split between the Jurassic Park soundtrack, going back to Jurassic Park, is iconic. Da, 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 da. And yep, it brings back images of dinosaurs and your little brother being choked.
You'll float too in this bucket of popcorn.
I mean, I caught you in my vision there, Max, doing the gesture, and I'm just like, yep. I wonder if that brings back like PTSD galore for him.
I hope so.
So yeah, the first Jurassic Park, John Williams, the master.
Yes.
And then the entire score of Lord of the Rings from Howard Shore.
Oh, good pull. Pull.
I actually,
so
in college, went to a concert that he put on for. He did the whole trilogy, the whole score for the trilogy.
That's cool.
It was a 3-hour like thing
engagement.
So, but it was epic to hear it be performed live, and so I really, really dug it. And
yeah, that's awesome.
And the fact that like they go the extra mile, like they're singing in Elvish,
right?
They're singing in the tongues of all these different races and characters and things like that, and actually like give it cultural significance for something that doesn't exist. So
I would enjoy doing that too. That'd be fun. That's cool. My number 2, in honor of Scott, because he wasn't here, is Tron. I definitely agree. It's one of the top 5 soundtracks.
Tron Legacy or Tron?
Sorry, Legacy.
Legacy.
Anytime Daft Punk just throws down on a whole album, I'm in.
That's fair. You know, I can't hate on that.
I'm glad you clarified though, because someone could have taken the wrong way.
Well, yeah, the original Tron's sound. I can't remember. It's probably just like typical orchestra stuff. Like they didn't even think to be like computer music.
Yeah, was that late 70s or early 80s?
It was early 80s.
Early 80s. I think it was the 80s.
Yeah, friggin'. I mean, it could have. That soundtrack could have been weird. Like a lot of weird things went down.
Whatever Dune was doing, for sure.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like that's the thing about the 80s. Like they do some stuff that's like like obviously iconic and will like
Top
be
good.
with us. But then also there's just some weird stuff coming out of the 80s. But Tron Legacy obviously. It's a good one. It's the good one. It's the one with the Daft Punk.
the one with the pumpkin.
That sounds like the most like someone
85-year-old man.
Yeah, 85. Yeah. That's the one with the Daft Punk, right?
You said the one with the D-Ray and the light cycles.
All right, yeah. My number 1, it goes to the Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back soundtrack. Again with the freaking dialogue, little shorts are just great. What a banger album. Tougher Than Leather, Run DMC. That song "Kick Some Ass" that they play at the end of the movie. That's another one where I just listen to it still. Like I experience music where I don't look for music. Like when it comes to me, that's when I accept it into my life. So if I like it, so like that, like it's got like 7 or 8 songs that have just made it into my life forever.
More stay in the motherfucking time.
And the motherfucking time. Oh my goodness! I am the click commander. Freaking Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, number 1.
Awesome, good pull.
I'm gonna say, well, now that you mention it, my honorable mention would be the Purple Rain movie, but I don't count it because it's an album too, so it's like, but yeah, might as well mention it because more stay in the motherfucking time.
And the motherfucking time.
But my number 1, and it has been my number 1 for years now, Empire Records.
Oh,
that
good pull.
For a lot of reasons. Well, because it's about people working in a record store, so there's gonna be music aplenty there. Like they go from like grunge. They have Gwar show up as a guest hallucination. Then you've got Dire Straits playing at one point, which is a total out of left field type of choice, but it works. The Gin Blossoms, whole bunch of like 90s alternative bands mixed in with some pop and some hip hop here and there. But the whole reason too is because they never did an official full release of all the music on there. I'm sure it's like a rights thing, and it's a pain in the ass to get the rights again for all those songs. But like, the official soundtrack only has like 14 songs on it when there's supposed to be like 40 to 50.
Right.
It's a lot of music.
Huh. So, that would be kind of cool to have like to put together. Like,
I mean, people have, like, you know, they put their own playlist together of the song.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, it's got the Say No More, Mon Amour from Rex Manning. And we missed Rex Manning Day, April 8th. So,
oh, man. That's a shame. Rex Manning Day.
Rex Manning Day.
Oh.
Oh, no.
It's Rex Manning Day.
Rex Manning. My number one, and I think it's very specific to me, but I love it a lot, is the Tarzan theme song. Because I played that a lot in a family car. All car rides went with Phil Collins.
Yeah, Phil Collins.
Tarzan, the Phil Collins Tarzan soundtrack.
I
love that soundtrack.
Dude,
it was so fun.
Phil Collins Tarzan soundtrack is a banger. Freaking the Trash in the Camp.
Yo,
I love that song. The Trash in the Camp. And when I'm talking about the one with Phil Collins and NSYNC, not the one from the movie. Like we're talking about the soundtrack. Like, I dig that song. Like, again, made it on the list. Like, it's been with me since Tarzan came out. Yeah, freaking no, it's great. It's great. That's Trash in the Camp's the only song that made the list, but like, I definitely can listen to it.
That's another funny one too, because it's like that's the first time I'd actually like fully listened to a lot of Phil Collins stuff was because of the Tarzan soundtrack back in the day. And then years later, it's like, Risky Business with Phil Collins in the air tonight. And then you're like, you watch the movie and you're like, holy shit.
Honorable mention, Tenacious D. Just like,
ooh, yes,
that was a fun one.
I love Tenacious D. Absolutely. Honorable mention to Afro Samurai, soundtrack by the RZA, and Samurai Champloo. They are not affiliated. But Samurai Champloo anime series has such good music. It's so good.
It's a great anime too, if folks are interested in anime.
Oh god, one of the best. If you're into like samurais and ninjas and all that stuff, this is the one for you. Like, check it out. It's got a real cool spin on it, and like the characters are awesome, and it's over in one season. There's just the one season, and that's it. And I love that. So, absolutely one of the best anime.
Speaking of anime, Cowboy Bebop.
Oh,
Cowboy Bebop soundtrack. Oh my god.
Max face changed again. He was like, I can't believe
oh my god, I can't believe it's so good. Even like the opening song for Cowboy Bebop, I will like it's a show I've seen many times. Yeah. The whole series. And I will sit through the intro song. And like if I'm watching a bunch of it, I'll sit through it at least half of the time. Just because it's so good. And that's just the intro.
And each episode had like its own like original song written for that episode, or original style written for that episode. I'm like, so good.
So good. So
the real folk blues.
Yep. Freaking Cowboy Bebop is so good. Do I have anything else written down? No, that's it. So those are all my honorables.
Great topic though, Max. Good idea.
Yeah,
I'm surprised we haven't done this one earlier, but it was a lot of fun, and also like when you're thinking about the music, you're kind of hearing it in your head, and it's like nobody said anything bad, like it is like, and nobody earwormed me with something that I don't want to like have running through my head. So no, it was thank you. No, it was a great topic. I had a lot of fun. I wish I honestly had thought of this topic with Jason in mind, and I'm sad. Like it's hilarious that he's not here because
you were spared a bunch of rom-com soundtracks. I'm sure that'd been so funny.
Yeah, it would have been great. Like he loves everything. So what do we pick? Like how does he sift through all of it?
He might have gotten Nights of Roxbury and What Is Love.
Okay.
That would have been an earworm for you.
Oh my god! Oh my god! For sure.
For our audio only audience, we just all did the head bob thing.
You felt it. You felt it. You were doing it too. You felt it. You were doing it too. Like don't act like you weren't there.
Don't hate the window on your car.
Oh, that's right. I broke the window again. Okay, I'll admit that movie tickles me here and there with some humor. It's okay.
Yeah.
I like the one guy who's like, "Did you just grab my ass?" Oh, I love you guys.
Oh my goodness, no! It's yeah, it takes you right back to the good old days of SNL.
Did we talk about Monkey Man? It's out on. You can rent and buy it now.
It's on demand.
No, I saw it in the theater a few weeks ago.
Yep.
But did you watch it?
I did. I liked it a lot. Yeah,
I'm probably gonna rent it.
I think we
tomorrow.
talked about it. Yeah, I would encourage you to.
It is so solid. I definitely recommend it. It's gonna be one that you're like, man, if you didn't see it in the theater, you're gonna be like, oh, I should have probably you definitely could have watched this one in the theater. You wouldn't have been sad about it. It was a solid flick, and Dev Patel is just out there doing it. Like, guy, keep doing. He's just doing it. He's like, you know what? I want to do a John Wick movie, except it's going to be a little different, but it's going to be a John Wick movie.
And heavy. Like this one, there's a lot of subtopics there that would.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I care way more about Dev Patel than I do about John Wick. And
I cared about John Wick.
In the first one.
Yeah, he has a universal thing, which is like, don't mess with my dog. So that's relatable. Yeah. But then after that, he's kind of a cipher for everything else. Mm-hmm. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to check it out tomorrow.
I'm sorry, it's like super fresh in my mind. But since we're talking about they killed the dog, shout out to Cricket the dog. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm sorry, I can't explain it here because it's not the right platform. But since we're talking about they murdered the dog. Cricket the dog, I'm so sorry it happened to you.
Oh no! Well, sorry.
Now I gotta look it up.
I'll Google that. I guess.
I'll tell you after. This is not the platform, but
has anyone seen Abigail yet? The vampire movie. I'm gonna get off the Cricket dog dying thing. Killed Cricket, and I feel bad. Mike found out about Cricket.
It's awful.
What the fuck?
I'm not Googling that. Mike found out about it. You can watch the realization real time. Oh boy.
I'm sorry.
Defending that. Okay. What?
Boy. All right.
Oh my god.
Please don't. If you don't know what Max is talking about, don't Google it based on the reaction that
Cricket, like the little insect, Cricket the dog.
Well.
Oh my god.
Happy Saturday, y'all.
Like Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah. Jesus.
It's terrible. It's so terrible. And anyway, sorry. All right, like we're closing out.
And you made it.
Yeah, we're closing out. I'm going to the bar soon, and thankfully, so I can kind of wipe that memory.
Yeah, cheers.
Oh man.
What the hell? Has anyone? One topic I do want to talk about before we go. Abigail. Has anyone seen it? Good, bad, and different. The vampire movie. The vampire movie. The little girl's a vampire, and
she's in the mansion and stuff, and she's a ballerina.
It's out now. I want to go see it.
I didn't even realize it was out.
I got hard pass.
Yeah, that's.
I doubt it's a horror movie. I think it's just a vampire movie. If that makes it any better.
I don't know. It looked like it had some. I don't know.
She looks scary.
I have not seen it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm giving it some side eye. I think I need to avoid this one.
There are two horror movies I am curious, or at least horror slanted movies I'm curious about. One is the Long Legs movie that's coming out with Nicolas Cage. Have you seen the trailers for that thing? It looks demented.
I mean, all right, that's fine.
I know it probably not your thing. And then the M. Night Shyamalan movie Trap, where Josh Hartnett goes to like the equivalent of a Lady Gaga concert, but it's apparently a trap for him because he's a serial killer or something, or so the trailer wants you to think. I'm sure there's another reveal or twist.
Sure, okay.
That could be completely stupid, but I'm all for M. Night Shyamalan completely stupid. So
me too. Let's watch the Long Legs thing and get Max's opinion on it.
Yeah. Well, since
I
think this is fair. I think this is making up for me discovering.
It feels like a fair trade.
Okay, for cricket.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I kind of need this. I need this.
I'm sorry. Okay.
The Long Legs trailer is my palate cleanser for cricket. Finding out about cricket. Oh, it's what's her name from the It Follows movie. Yeah. Like, I don't think he's actually been shown yet. You just hear him.
Nine Circles of Hell. That's good.
Yep. So refreshing.
Refreshing.
I mean, compared to what I just discovered.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, because it's not like the actual universe we live in.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, poor Cricket, if it's this bad.
Oh, I thought you looked it up. Oh my goodness.
No, I watched Mike's reaction to it and
Yeah.
decided against it.
Like, my... Oh, shit.
This feels like in the same universe as The Evil Dead. Oh man, this is unnamed.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna have to wait for somebody. Okay, I'm not ruling it out. It could be good, but it also could suck. But I definitely have to wait for someone to tell me.
I have faith in Oz Perkins. Oz Perkins is the son of Anthony Perkins, who was Norman Bates in Psycho, and he's put together some solid, like, quiet horror movies in the past.
Sure. I mean,
He did the Black Coat's Daughter. He did another one. I think it was a Hansel and Gretel adaptation. I can't remember, but it was pretty solid.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for someone to let me know exactly what the vibe is before I can go into that one.
I think that's way more scary than Abigail. I'd almost bet money on it.
Well, I mean, it depends, because, I mean, are you one to get really easily startled or jostled by, like, jump scare stuff, Max? Like, momentary scare? Oh.
He froze.
Am I back?
Oh, no, you're back.
You're back.
All right. Yep, it was doing the circles for me. I was just like, it was black
Yeah.
screens. I was just in this space, just alone in the universe, and it was awful. I'm
Just like Cricket.
back.
Just like Cricket.
Oh my god, dude!
I was just, yeah. Thanks for that. I was just asking though. It's like, is it more like when it comes to like the jump scare movies, that's what gets you on edge, or is it more about the atmosphere?
I hate the jump scare stuff. Just because like that's so cheap and like easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't like being scared. So like, why are you going to make a movie that all it does is just like incite that reaction in me? So I don't like those. There are some that are like too creepy or too scary.
Was that
slow?
But like
atmosphere?
I can recognize that they're good horror movies, but I really don't like the feeling that I have watching.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then there are other ones that are good, but like what's the
Smile?
one? No, Smile was scary, and I would never ever watch that movie again.
Hereditary?
No, I never saw that one.
Okay.
It was the one about the psychic couple.
The Conjuring.
Oh,
The Conjuring, right?
The
Like the
Conjuring.
end of that movie ruins it. Or not ruins the whole movie, but like I know at the end of the movie they show the monster and they don't really stick the landing.
Insidious.
No,
Yeah,
it's definitely The Conjuring.
Oh, it was a Conjuring. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, because like after they
the
reveal like the monster or whatever, like it's just not that scary for some reason. But all of the creepiness like coming up to that is pretty good. So like I'm able to watch that movie because they don't really stick the landing, and it pulls me out enough to like understand like or to I don't know what it does, but yeah, so it's like that level.
Yeah. It's
know,
also
like,
doing something everyone does. You have to sleep. It's not like a Jaws movie where like I just won't swim in the ocean.
Right. Yeah.
Oh
yeah. That's why I don't do the like Friday the 15th, Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't box with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
I kind of like, that's my thing, and I know it's probably not good for me, is I've really gotten into horror that's just like, it doesn't leave you with a resolution necessarily at the end that you're happy with. I mean, it's more like, no, life sucks and that stuff is still out there.
That sits in you.
Sleep tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. And I'm not saying it's bad. Like I don't want to say that it's not well done.
It's just not for you.
Not for me at all. Like I just don't like that lingering creepiness. Has got me looking around corner.
And he's gone again.
Totally fair.
Yep.
Oh, we lost him.
Yep.
What a good picture of Max.
Was my mouth open?
Yes.
Great.
Speaking of horror movies, it reminded me of like, is it gonna be like Unfriended? We just jump back to you and you've got like your hand in the
just
blender.
gone. Yeah, we can't get
it. Yeah. No, the lingering creepiness. Any movie that leaves you with the lingering creepiness, those are hard. Those are hard for me, just because like I'm looking around the corner, I'm like doing dumb stuff. Like I know it's just a movie, but it's got me scared.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to call out for this episode of the Three Geeks? Before we log off, get out of here.
No, I Mike, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did it to you. It was done to me. Justin, if you look it up, I'm also sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I will, but Mike's reaction makes me worry.
I mean, it's more once you see what the headline is, it's more the audacity of to kind of be like, I'll take ownership of this little factoid in life.
Like that's what I'm like. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. Anyone who looks up Cricket the dog, I'm sorry.
Did it happen like today?
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
it just if you want to look it up.
You gotta.
All right. Let's get out of here.
All right.
Any other call outs?
Recycle your droids and the episode.
Bye, everybody.